Hello and welcome back to Toledo Aquaponics. This is currently day 28 and I did a full water quality test. So my pH is about 7.4, my ammonia is about 0.25. I dosed the system with 1.5 ounces last night, so it's almost clearing an entire 1.5 ounces of ammonia within a 12-hour period, which is pretty good. My nitrites are still a little bit high. They're about 2.0 up, and my nitrates are honestly 40 plus. They're definitely into the red. So I'm gonna probably cut back on the ammonia. I'm gonna probably like have it for now, and wait for my nitrites to drop. I need those to kind of drop before I'm ready to fish. But I did actually order fish, so they'll be here. They'll ship out sometime next week, so they'll probably be here Wednesday. So I'm hoping to get my nitrites low enough that it's not a problem. I made a few other changes to the system. The first one was I added in this light bracket and added in another T5 to this grow bed. So I have 4 3-foot T5s on this bracket. It's just kind of a little bit nicer to deal with. It does lean slightly because the power cord's here, so it does like tilt slightly down on this corner, so I'll have to deal with that later. Maybe see if I can take up some of the slack or something on the cord and see if I can get that to go away. And then I did move my bucket for my top-off system again, because I did not like having it over by my pump. I don't like having it over there. So it's currently back over there. The system's currently disabled. As you can see, it's kind of unplugged. It's unhooked in a couple different places. So I need to get that kind of sorted again. That'll be part of the thing I'll do for today. My water level is doing just fine. The top-off system, the reason I'm having issues with it is it's basically depleting an entire 5-gallon bucket once a day. And I don't think my system's dropping that much water in a day. It could, especially with having both of these wide open, but I don't see that. So I'm thinking my flow rate on this needs to be up just a little bit more so that this stays a little. Basically, I think I'm off by just a little bit, and that's what it's having it run. But I'm not quite sure, so I'm going to kind of play around with it. But with it depleting the bucket, when it depletes the bucket, those run dry, and that pump runs dry, and it's just all around a bad situation, and I don't want to have to deal with that. So I'm going to kind of run with it for a little while and get that bucket refilled, get those reprimed again so that way the water's at the right level so that the pump actually runs. And I'll kind of go from there and kind of test things. I'm going to test my RO water coming out and make sure it's where it's supposed to be. But for the most part, it's doing pretty well. I still have a bunch of bugs to clean out. I need to get those out today too. But that's my quick day 28 update. All my plants are basically kind of just chiving along. My pH is a little bit high because I've been buffing with water basically from my tap. Even though it goes through an RO membrane, it's still higher than the pH in the rest of my system, I believe. And I need to test that actually today. But I'm up to about 7.4, so I'm going to dose with some phosphoric acid again, just a little bit, probably about 3/4 ounce to 1 ounce. Honestly, at 7.4, an ounce would probably be perfect. So I'm going to dose with 1 ounce to bring it back down. My pea plants are doing okay. I need to look at what that discoloration on those leaves are. I don't think it's a powdery mildew, but it might be on that one. But I only kind of see it on this one. So I don't know if maybe that's just how those plants are supposed to look. I kind of need to look that up. And then I also need to get some supports going for these guys. They're going to need it bad, because these guys are growing a lot taller than everything else in my system, which is why I have them in the back corner. So I am going to have to give them supports. And I am going to probably angle it backwards slightly so that it meets with that beam, so I can just run the support basically up and over that beam and then down and maybe put a stake or something here. And just kind of let it run that way. And then that way, if I need to add a supplemental lighting, I can just hang something at like a 30 or 45 degree angle basically between my two beams, so that way I can give them supplemental lighting. If I do, I have some 3-foot and 5-foot T5s that I use for a few other projects around and just kind of use them for propagating, that I might pull out and hook up real quickly kind of thing, so that way I can use those for supplemental lighting. Because like I said, these unit farm UFOs, they're great, but they're good for a 2-foot by 3-foot area, so they'll cover the bottom of the plant real good. But I don't know if I can get these high enough to support the canopy of the pea plants without basically stunting all of my other plants that I have in the bed. So that's my day 28 update. We've made a few changes to the system, and I'm going to be making more today. My goal is I want to get my hydroponic system set up today. I got it cleaned and sanitized yesterday. I want to get it plumbed and get it ready because I have a bunch of plants inside that are basically ready for transplant. So I'm going to grab the best of the best kind of thing and drop them in there and get that running today. I'll get the irrigation system timed out and kind of run from there. And then in terms of lighting, they're going to have a little bit shitty lighting until about Wednesday. I have a proper grow light coming in. But for the moment, I don't know if I'm going to grab one of my T5s and shove it over there. Or if I'm just going to use, I have those floodlights, those 50 watt LED floodlights that are 6500K. I might just grab that one, and then I have another one. Actually, I have two more in here. So I'm going to grab that one, and I think I have another one inside. And I might just hook those up to cover my 4-foot bed and kind of run with it that way. So, and I'll do an update on that tomorrow morning. That'll be my update for tomorrow, as I'll go over the hydroponic system. But yeah, that's just kind of my day 28 update. Thank you.